Hey there, Obvious here. Um, so earlier this week sometime, I was on this site called Experience Front. Now on the site, basically, you share experiences, like things you've been through, secrets, stuff like that. You can confess stuff, whatever. I'm part of this group, and it's a I am not a racist group. So yeah, I shared a story on there saying, I'm not racist. I think we're all equal. I think we're part of the same race. I think we're all, part of the human race. We're all the same. Like, you die, you're still a skeleton. Underneath, you still got organs. Everybody's pretty much the same. We just look a little different on the outside. And I don't understand the point of racism. It just doesn't make sense to me. It not at all. Because, I don't see how you can hate someone or pass judgment on someone just based on how they look. I think you should, make those judgments based on how they act. And yeah, so anyway, that's why I pretty much shared my point. Somebody commented on the story saying, I think everybody's a little bit racist because when I see black people on the street, I turn the other way. So I guess that makes me a racist. This bothered me a bit because clearly I'm black. So it's like, that kind of just gets me a bit because it's like, okay, granted, we have a lot of negative stereotypes within the black community, but not all of those stereotypes are true. A and B, not the stereotypes don't apply for everyone. You can't say that we are all one way just because of how this person acts or how this group of people act. It doesn't make sense. Saying that's like the whole thing with black people like fried chicken and grape soda. I for one hate grape soda. It tastes disgusting. It tastes like medicine or something. I hate grape soda. It's disgusting. And I can tell you plenty of white people who like fried chicken. I'm just saying it's delicious. Now, once they said that, I responded to them saying, I asked them why. Why do you walk the other way when you see a black person on the street? What do you think is gonna, what? Do you think they're gonna do something to you? I'm just asking. Like, ended with saying that kind of angered me because I'm black. I don't understand why you'd walk the other way just because you see me coming down the street. Like, what does that even mean? What, am I gonna mug you? Well, I didn't understand it. It just did not add up to me. So that's what I said. Now, somebody named Mr. M. Russo responded to me by saying stereotypes exist for a reason. Someone angers you for their point of view. Way to look the other way and ignore ignorance, hypocrite. I tell you, just by that comment, I can tell that just by that comment that you're atypical. And what does it mean, typical black man? Why do you think typical applies to so many of your race? It's not because there are only a few of you act a certain way. It's because the majority of you people act that way. Now, are you going to ask what way that is? Come on now, seriously. Do I have to go into it? Welfare wasn't made for white people. Then you retort, no, it was made for poor people, and the majority of which are question mark. And if you are ignorant enough to will what? Sorry. If you are ignorant enough, you will say it's because you are held down or don't have access to the same resources. LOL, no, it's because you people take advantage of the resources that are offered to you at to the point of depletion. There are no metal detectors at my white town schools. There are no paid police officers at the door. All of those things are at predominantly minority schools for a reason. Ask yourself why, then ask yourself how much those resources cost and how that could be better applied to education. Newer textbooks, more worthy teachers, etc. That's why you can't have nice things. Now that just purely at first I was like, oh my gosh, what's with this guy? And then I'm just like, LOL, you're pretty stupid. Now the first thing that popped into my mind was he said, someone angers you for their point of view. Way to look the other way and ignore ignorance, hypocrite. Um, I don't see how me seeing this white guy on the street and saying, snap, a white dude, let me go the other direction, is a point of view. That's just ignorance. I that's just something I just purely cannot comprehend. If I see someone of a different color walking in the same direction as I am, I'm not going to turn the other way. I'm just going to continue walking. They have nothing to do with me. I mean, what did he do to me? Just because he's white, I'm going to go a different direction? Because of what? He's white. So what? Who cares? Then they said, typical black man. As you can see, I'm not a black man. I'm a girl. And then so many typical applies to so many of your race. It's not because only a few people act that way. Okay, stop you there. Not everybody in the black community acts the same. We don't all talk the same. That's a giant misconception. Misconception. Yeah, I can't talk today. Giant misconception that many people have. Many people believe that everybody who's black acts the same way. I can put that majorly on what is portrayed on TV and stuff. You know, if that's the only way you see black people is like on TV, then of course you're gonna have a kind of blurry point of view. But not all black people are the same. I mean, just like not all white people are the same, not all Asian people are the same. Not all black people act the same. You know, you can't do that. You can't say just because he's going around with his pants at his ankles and using the N word every other, word, you're not going to say, oh, well, that's how he acts, so all black men act this way. I, for one, think it is ridiculously stupid when people use a negative word that was used to oppress them on each other. Like, I don't use the N word. I don't go around being like, "What's up, nigga?" That's dumb. That's really stupid. And then you make yourself twice as ignorant by saying, "Oh, it's different because we use an A at the end." No, sir, you just made us look stupid. And I think that the guys who wear their pants at their ankles using the N word, throwing it around like it's nothing, just are making us look bad. Being in a black community, like any other race or any other community, not everyone is the same, and you can't say that everyone is the same just because of what color they are. Like, I just don't understand that. It just bothers me. Anyway, going back to this guy's comment, he said welfare was not created for white people, and then I retort, no, it was made for poor people. That is a true statement. Welfare was made to support people who do not have the means to support themselves. Now, granted, it is true that more minorities are on welfare than white people. That's a true statement, but like any other race, there are people. I mean, there's a different spectrum, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's the rich and the poor. It exists in the black community. There are black people who are rich, and there are black people who are poor. Like in any other race. Like with the white people, they call them white trash. The lower people, they're white and they're on welfare. Not all of them. Not all of them. But some of them, there are white people on welfare, is my point. There are other people of other cultures on welfare. It's not just black people on welfare, and it's not just minorities on welfare. I'm not a racist. I accept people as they are, despite, whatever they have. I don't have anything against any race. I think people are all equal. We're all created equally. Nobody, nobody's any better than anyone else because of their skin color or because of their race. White people are no better than me. Asian people are no better than me. We're equal. We're equal people. That's just what I believe. And yeah, that's just my rant for today. So, peace out, people.